I took a look over at PoE2DB, and we only have 3 unique items listed right here. We don't even have that Lifesprig listed there. And this
No, incorrect. Nice try, talkative try. If you click on another section of the website, this tab, Gems, and just click Gems, and then scroll down, there's a part that says unique items, and it lists 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And I found 3 more, so we have 9 actually. So let's get into that, all right? So yeah, there's 9 unique items that I have found from watching playthroughs that are publicly available on YouTube. You can see on the screen, I've got the artwork for all of them here. This one has a question mark because I couldn't actually track this one down in the playthroughs, but it is on the website. First one, the Blacked Out Hexer's Robe. This is not on the website. This is in a playthrough. This one has 63% increased energy shield. It looks pretty cool too. And so the energy shield is 77 up here. Required level 11, 34 intelligence as well. You get 20 intelligence. Damage over time bypasses energy shield. That's kind of interesting. While not on full life, sacrifice 10% of mana per second to recover that much life. So some life regen by sacrificing 10% of your mana per second to just get you back up to full life, and then I guess your mana will stop draining. So that's kind of interesting. So this was found, I found this in Kanan's playthrough with a witch and a warrior at 10 minutes and 53 seconds. Here's another one that was found, Withered Wand. It's a unique called Lifesprig. I want to say a content creator named Gazzy, I think, found this in a playthrough. It could have been him, or it could have been maybe Darth Microtransaction. Sorry, I couldn't remember which one I found it in. But anyway, this one grants skill level 5 Chaos Bolt. The Chaos Bolt seems to be just the regular attack, one of the regular attacks that's on a wand. So if you start a witch and there's a wand that drops in the beginning, you can just shoot one of those. %10 increased cast speed, 18 to maximum mana, +3 to level of all spell skill gems. Regenerate 6 life over 1 second when you cast a spell. So get a little life regen just by casting. So that's kind of interesting. Also level 16 required, 31 intelligence required. Okay, here's another one. This is Winter's Bite Glass Shank. This one is on the website, and so someone in a playthrough, found it. It offers 8 to 15 cold damage, so that adds right on there. No enhanced physical damage, so just 3 to 9. A little bit extra critical strike, 2.67%. And then what's interesting about this one is that 2 things. It has no level requirement and no dexterity requirement, and it freezes enemies that are on full life. So I placed the spell Cold Snap underneath here. Cold Snap says shatters a frozen enemy, dealing a large amount of cold damage in a small area. Run, hit something with Glass Shank, and then Cold Snap and do like massive damage like right away. So here's another one that's on the website, Innsmouth Shabby Hood. No level requirement, no requirements at all. It has an evasion rating of 17. 50% reduced maximum mana, but you get 100% increased mana regeneration. And then it's got cold and chaos res. So I put a question mark here for the artwork. I couldn't track it down in the playthroughs. All right, another one that's on the website, and I think this was in the Sorceress Showcase. It says the Endless Night Crystal Staff, level 20 required, 50 intelligence required. Grants level 1 Unleash skill. And so it's like, what's Unleash? On the website, they do have a support that is listed, and it says support spells you cast yourself, making their effect reoccur when cast. So I think this was showcased in the Sorceress playthrough that GGG actually released themselves. Supported spells gain a seal every 200% of cast time to a maximum of 2 seals. Supported spells are unsealed when cast, and their effects reoccur for each seal lost. So you could have like a boom 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 like type effect. I'm pretty sure. Supported skills deal 50% less damage when reoccurring. So then what else do you get with this unique? 2 to level of all cold spell skill gems. Nice. 28 to intelligence, which is also a bunch of extra mana, so that's nice. 30% increased mana regeneration rate. That's nice. Enemies chilled by you have no elemental resistances. Wow, you could use this and then cast something else. Maybe you're not even a cold spec type sorceress, but you just have this on swap to just hit somebody with a chilling effect, and then weapon swap back to whatever other skills you've been using that are your heavy hitters. Sounds pretty awesome. So here's another one I found in some of the playthroughs, and it is listed on the website. The website didn't have the artwork, so I did track it down and found the artwork, and I'm sorry, I can't remember which one I found it from. So anyway, it has 100% increased attack speed, level 5 required, 14 dex required. You get 12 to dexterity, 81% increased arrow speed, and 40% less attack damage. So that's kind of interesting, right? There's a little bit of a con to it, but it makes sense because you're going to be so much faster. And then Wadio, who's a YouTuber, has a lot of subscribers, 210,000. He uploaded recently some gameplay and his little kind of mini review of a demo he played of Path of Exile 2. And at 17 minutes into the game, there was a support skill that he hovered over called Faster Attacks. This is not on the website. Supported skills have 20% more attack speed. Supported skills deal 10% less damage. I just wanted to point that out since if you could get this, it says level 1 required too. So if you had this and you found this legendary unique over here, you could have some massive attack speed gains. All right, here's the other one that's on just the Path of Exile 2 website. I think a lot of people know about this one. Cloak of Flame, Silk Robe, 39% to fire resistance, 49% reduced ignite duration, reflects 100 fire damage to melee attackers, 40% of physical damage taken as fire damage. Kind of interesting right there. So you can boost your fire res and get physical res as well. It's level 21 required, 54 intelligence. Wonder what it would look like on the characters, right? On the website, it doesn't seem to have any type of orange glow or anything to it on the character they have on the website, but I think it will probably look differently in game. All right, here's another one that I found through a playthrough from 6 months ago. It says Path of Exile 2 Act 1 bosses with full fire sorceress. So 5 minutes into that playthrough, this dropped from one of the bosses. It's called the Blood Thorn Wrapped Quarterstaff. So this thing's interesting. No level requirement, no requirements whatsoever. Adds 3 to 9 physical damage, so you get a little extra damage right there. Reflects 14 physical damage to melee attackers. That's a lot for no level requirement. And then you get 18 to strength, which is also life, so that's nice, and it'll allow you to equip some other gear or gems or something. And then 20% chance to cause bleeding on hit. So this is a really nice quarterstaff for level 0. Pretty sweet. All right, the last one we have is Daevata's Winged Spear. This is on the website. I couldn't find a playthrough where this was actually found. So it's got a lot of things going on here. You have to be level 15 to use it with 71 dexterity, it says. 110% increased physical damage. Attacks cause bleeding if the last movement skill you used was engage. Skills fire 2 additional projectiles if the last movement skill you used was disengage. So I don't know what engage and disengage is, but it sounds like, if I had to guess, you can dash in and dash out of range. So additional projectiles for disengaging and bleeding for engaging. 23% increased cooldown recovery rate of movement skills. Interesting. Okay. So if those have cooldowns on them, engage and disengage, then perhaps you can use them more often with this weapon as well. 10% increased movement speed while your offhand is empty. So it wants to reward you for just using the spear and not using like a shield or something in the other hand, I guess. Okay, the other thing I wanted to point out was this item that I listed in this theory crafting video I did. This theory crafting video, if you didn't know, is a long video. It's 49 minutes, but I just go through a lot of skills and supports in the early game, and was just kind of theory crafting some of the lightning abilities together. So this nimble, crackling Quarterstaff of Victory, Talkative Try actually showcased this in his latest news update, and he screen captured this from my presentation here. So anyway, this is cool. I found this in this gameplay footage. This is monk and warrior playing together for 4 hours. The YouTuber is listed up here, Havoc616 VODs. At an hour 50 minutes, you can see him hover over this and look at what Storm Surge does. Each Storm Surge on this weapon grants 3% of damage as extra lightning damage for 5 seconds. So this is an implicit. That's what the crackling means. The crackling Quarterstaff is the base that has an implicit Storm Surge thing, like ability on it. The nimble means increased attack speed, and the of victory is the life per enemy killed. Furthermore, I also have another video on the channel called Path of Exile 2 Basics for Diablo 2 veterans. So people who are really into Diablo 2 like me, who didn't play other ARPGs, I think this video will be helpful to you for understanding some of the basics and mechanics so that you can just start playing Path of Exile 2 when it comes out. They've actually updated it now. So I think after Talkative Try uploaded his video, whoever's running this site here made sure to update that. So I wonder if they'll add some of these ones that I found to the website. If you know who runs the site, maybe show them my video. Anyway, thanks a lot. Can't wait for Path of Exile 2 in November. Sweet.